What's up, guys? It's Matt here with Tanks Lawn Maintenance. It is currently 9:17 a.m. Oh man, uh, Monday morning, April the 13th, the 2026 year of our Lord. Guys, I put an arrow on my head Thursday night. I think it was the second time I've done it. The first time it burned, you know, but I figured it was just because it was an arrow. I've always heard that it burns. Guys, I got sensitive skin. I got that old sissy skin. But no, I've got sensitive skin. I can only wear certain types of deodorant, and if I don't, it'll if I wear something different, man, it'll I'll break out, and I have to use. I can't use different types of body wash either. I do better with Irish Spring, either the blue bar or the green bar. That's really the only kind of soap I can use without it messing me up, man. I get this rash all over me. And the deodorant does it to me too. I get this big rash. It looks like a ringworm under my armpits. And I've always been that way. I have sensitive skin. Well, I figured the first time I did it, the only reason it burned is because it was Nair. I've always heard Nair burned. And I'm bald headed. Okay, so there's not really a whole lot I can do with my head. And I messed my shoulder up a few years ago. I actually got stung by a hornet right here. I actually got stung right here, or on my wrist actually, and I got stung right here by two hornets when I was doing a tree job. And ever since I got stung on my shoulder by that hornet, it's right there where my shoulder meets my neck, I haven't been able to lift my left shoulder up high enough to reach the back of my neck or the back of my head to shave it. I always shave my head. I skin it down to the bare skin. Not really a whole lot you can do otherwise, you know what I mean? So I said, well, you know what, I'll try some Nair. And my buddy Buster down at New Hope Cuts, he uses it. He's bald headed too. He uses this stuff called Magic Razorless Shave Cream, and I actually bought some of that, but I bought some for sensitive skin because the Nair burned and I didn't like the way it felt. So I went and bought some Magic Cream. They didn't have it at Publix, so that's why I bought the Nair for men. And then the Magic, we were at Walmart the other day grocery shopping, so I saw it in there and I picked it up for sensitive skin. Well, I don't think I left it on my head long enough for it to do anything, because when I wiped it off, all the hair was still there. And that's not what it's supposed to do, man. It's supposed to take it out. So, anyway, washed my hair, went ahead and took a shower, did everything I needed to do, and broke out the Nair again. And I put that stuff on my head, and I've got scabs on the back of my neck, and I've got a scab on each side. I got one right here, and I got one right there on each side of my widow's brow. And guys, it hurts. It hurts. And I will never use Nair. And I'm also scabbed up right behind my ears too. And I will never use Nair again. And I've got sensitive skin. I should have knew better. And yeah, it's painful right now. I mean, it's sores on my head and on my neck, man. And once it heals up, man, I'm gonna try the Magic Shave Cream, Razorless Shave Cream, or whatever it's called. And if it don't work, I just keep doing like I've been doing, and struggle with the razor and make it work, From time to time, Mama Tank does it for me. I really don't like asking anybody to do it, man. My youngest daughter, I ain't trusting my boys with a razor. It ain't happening. Because I don't whip their butts too many times. They might take it out on me. But and then I had to beat them again. But anyways, my girls are busy. My youngest daughter, she's in high school. She's dealing with that, and she also has a full-time job while she's in high school. And she actually makes more money than my wife does. It's really funny. And we pick at my wife all the time. And but anyway, she's a very busy person. My oldest daughter's a very busy person. She's going to school right now to be a school teacher, and she's also got a full-time job outside of that, and she's also trying to find her a place. And then my wife, we've got 4 children, and she cooks and cleans, man. My wife is not only is she fine, boy. Not only is she fine, she's a busy woman, man. She works her butt off. So I don't like asking, but from time to time I will. And when I do, man, it's like I done asked them for a kidney or something. So yeah, I don't really like asking, man. But I just struggle with the shaving cream and the razor if the magic cream don't work, and we'll go from there. And that's why sometimes when y'all see me, man, I'm kind of shaggy looking, and my beard's all jacked up and everything, because I don't like shaving my beard unless I'm trimming my head back. You know what I mean? Kind of like pruning bushes. I like for it all to look good at the same time. But anyways, guys, I had some errands to run this morning. I had to go to the bank, get some cash out so I could pay my 2 goons. And they helped me this weekend do a pretty big mulch job. There's actually 70 bags, 69 bags. It called for 63, but I bought a pallet because I figured, buying that much mulch, it'd just be easier to get the pallet, easier to deal with. And so I got them to load a pallet on the trailer. That's what I did, a pallet, 70 bags. And we used 69. So I'm glad I bought the pallet. And but anyways, made a little over $1,500, or it was a little over $1,500 for that job. And took us 5 hours to do. That's I think it's 5 1/4 yards of mulch what we put down. But we also pulled up 4 hydrangeas, 1 hosta, and put in 18 junipers, and we glued down all the mulch on one side of our house. It was about 600 square feet of mulch that we glued down. And the glue is some stuff called, I can't remember who it's made by, I'd have to look at the jug, but it's called Mulch Stabilizer. It costs $32 for a gallon. It's only supposed to cover 200 square foot. I'm gonna tell you guys, that gallon covered about 600 square feet. It really did. And I don't think it's gonna hold for what we're wanting, but I do think it's gonna hold good enough to do what it's supposed to do. And but I will tell you this, guys, if you use that stuff, be prepared to throw your pump sprayer in the trash, because you're not cleaning it out after putting glue in there. And everybody's told me that. The people that I bought it from told me the same thing, to buy the cheapest pump sprayer I can find. I went to Home Depot, bought that little cheap ass 1 gallon HDX pump sprayer. I used it. When I got done, threw it in the trash. And I've still got a gallon left over. I thought I was going to need 2 gallons, but that 1 gallon actually went a long ways. It went a lot further than what it said it was going to. And after it dried and everything, I kind of walked through to check it to see what it did. This stuff, it holds good enough to where if you cut bushes and you're like me, you don't put a tarp or a sheet down or anything like that when you trim bushes. You just simply blow it out into the end of the yard. Guys, if you have recurring customers and you're putting mulch in their yard every year and you're also trimming their bushes, go up on your price for mulch. Trust me on this. Go up on your price for mulch. You ain't got to go up a lot. Go up about $50 a yard. Well, you ain't got to go up $50 a yard. If we're just going to say this stuff covered about 400 square feet. Go up enough to where you can make $50 to spray 400 square feet. Okay? And because that stuff, it holds it good enough to where when you blow those bush clippings out, it ain't going nowhere. You ain't got to worry about blowing the mulch out. It ain't going nowhere. And I thought it was good. I was actually very impressed with it. And it's made for mulch, pine straw, and rocks. You don't really have to worry about your bigger rocks. Your pea gravel and your pebbles. Your smaller stuff. Yeah, you'll mess. That stuff will kind of get washed out and blown around and stuff like that. But your big rocks, like your river stones and stuff like that, man, you ain't got to worry about that stuff at all. So, yeah, but just do that, guys. Trust me, take my word for it. It works wonders. And I think I'm going to start doing that. Right now, I'm at $140 a yard for mulch. And I think what I'm going to start telling all of my customers, like, look, if you want me to glue it down, that way it doesn't get washed out and doesn't get blown around over the time, and it'll probably make your mulch last a little bit longer, I will glue it down, and it'll be $50 extra for it'll probably if you're doing 2 yards of mulch, it'll probably do, you might be looking at maybe, I don't know, $80-$90 extra. And if that's not going to make or break your customers, guys. But I mean, if they don't want to do it, they ain't got to. So, but throw it out there, guys. I'm telling you, it works. It works. It works. But anyways, guys, I had to run by the vape store. You know, me and Mama Tank, both of us use e-cigs. We both vape. We used to smoke cigarettes. Used to smoke weed too, but I ain't done that in probably 25 years, man. I quit smoking weed whenever I started working for the railroad. But yeah, man, we used to smoke cigarettes, and when my oldest boy was born, both of us quit, and quit cold turkey. I actually started back smoking and started back dipping, and I was doing them both at the same time. That's a very expensive habit, and it's a very nasty habit as well. And you smell like an ashtray all the time, and nobody, other non-smokers, it doesn't bother me. The smell of cigarette smoke doesn't bother me. Actually, truth be told, it's kind of strange. I like the smell of cigarettes and cigars. A lot of people think I'm crazy for that, but I do. So it doesn't bother me. And but a lot of non-smokers don't want to be around you because you smell like an ashtray, and it was like that when I used to smoke too. And so this isn't a 100% better option, but I was smoking and dipping. This is a better option. It's not safe, but it's safer. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's my opinion on that. And Mama Tank's the same way. We got to have some sort of nicotine, man. If not, we'd be done went to jail. We really would have. But and her and I, we're both a lot alike on that. We have, it's like the older we get, the shorter our fuse is, man. We have, it's not that we have a low tolerance level for ignorance. We have a low tolerance level for stupidity. And both of us, man, if you say something stupid around us or do something stupid around us, we're going to call you on it. And that's just the way we are. And the nicotine helps. It calms us down. So, but anyways, so I had to do that. Had to get gas. Had to get ice. All that good stuff. And it was 9:20 when I pulled back up into the yard. I got 11 properties on the list. I said, you know what? We didn't do anything for spring break. My boys are upset. My wife was upset because she's bored out of her mind. She's probably not going to want to do anything today. But I thought about it. I said, you know what? I'm going to take the day off. I'm going to let all my customers know. I'm going to take my two boys fishing. I am. And I'm about to drop the trailer right here in the driveway. Actually, I'm going to back it up in the backyard. That way I don't get an HOA ticket again. But anyway, I'm going to leave everything on there. It's not supposed, there ain't no rain in sight. And I know I typically don't do that, and I'm scared to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. But I'm going to go take my boys fishing, man. We're going to go fishing, and we're going to fish till about 1:30, 2 o'clock. We're going to see if we can catch us some bass. And as long as Mama Tank's fine with it. She might be mad at me for taking a day off, but I don't care. She had to get over it, man. It's like my dad used to say, man, you'll either get over it or die mad, one of the two. Don't bother. Don't matter to me one way or the other. But I'm going to let all my customers know. I haven't let them know yet. They'll probably be okay with it. And if they not, hey, it is what it is, man. This is my business. I'm going to do things the way I want to do it. And that's the beauty of it, guys. That is the beauty of it. It's not about getting out here making $1 million. It's about getting out here making a comfortable living and about being able to do what you want to do. Simple as that, man. And, this is stuff. I worked in corporate America for 20 years. Man, I would have never been able to do this. If I'd have just called out the day of and said I'm going fishing or something like that, and if you called out and said you were sick, you had to have a doctor's excuse. Man, that goes against you. And if you call out 3 times in a year, the company I just left, if you call out 3 times in a year, you're fired. Unless you have a doctor's excuse, you are fired. Simple as that. And I never would have dreamed of being able to do this. And so, yeah, I'm going to do it. Don't care, man. And I know a lot of you out there probably thinking, man, that's just sorry, Tank. Why you want to do that? Hey, man, it is what it is. You run your business the way you want to run it. I ain't going to say nothing to you about it, man, because, look, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, man. To be not necessarily about making $1 million, although that would be great, but I don't have to have $1 million, man. I don't. I make plenty enough money to do what I need to do. I'm fine working by myself for a little while, and I'm going to take my boys fishing when I damn well please. You get what I'm saying? Am I behind on landscaping? Yeah, I am. I'll get caught up. But you know what? Time is ticking. My boys are growing up. They're getting bigger. They're getting older. They're more involved in things. They're more active. And I ain't always going to be able to take my boys fishing, man. This is stuff you can't get back. And you cannot put a price tag on time spent with your wife and kids. You just can't. And I know my mom and my stepdad have told me when I started my business, both of them told me, says, son, don't get too caught up on making a living that you forget the reason you're making a living. And that has stuck with me. It really has. So, yeah, we're going fishing, man. We're going to go down to Burke County. So we've got several stock ponds down there in the hunting club I'm in. And I know the last time we went bass fishing, man, we caught 26 in about 7 hours. And we're not going to fish for 7 hours today because we got to work tomorrow and they got school. And might not catch 26 bass, but we're going to catch some. That's for certain. And at least one. And I'm going to catch more than them. That's a given. I always do. But yeah, man. Also, man, that's gonna happen. I'm getting off of that subject. But also, man, I watched. I subscribe to Urban's Lawn Service and Ray Ray's Lawn and Landscape, New Hope Cuts, and Green Acres Lawn and Landscape, or Lawn. I'm not sure what the good names are of what the whole names are of the channel, but my buddy Buster down at New Hope Cuts, Chad over there in Opelika, Alabama, and over there in Auburn country, and then War Eagle man or whatever it is, and then got Lee over there in Roll Tide country. He's somewhere in Alabama, I don't know where, but my opinion, Alabama's the armpit of the South. Just kidding, guys. Don't crucify me for that. That's just Alabama people and Georgia people. We always pick on each other because of football, but and it's the same way in Georgia with Carolina fans. And I live right on the South Carolina border, and you got a lot of Carolina fans over there. We're all the same way. It's all in good fun. I don't mean any disrespect or anything like that, so guys, don't crucify me for that. But and also Ray, man, I watch Ray a lot too, and but they were talking about for one they were talking about disrespect. You know, I know Chad made a video about it the other day, about somebody calling him the long guy or the long boy or whatever it was. I'm going to tell you like this, guys. I don't think it was him that got called the long boy. I think he got called the long guy. And I'm kind of the same way, man. I don't like being called the long guy. I mean, to me it's kind of like being called the trash man when you're working for Waste Management or Augusta Disposal or something like that. I don't call them the trash man. I call it garbage pickup. And these guys, most of them are good people. They have families. And believe it or not, when you're working for a garbage pickup service, I know Waste Management, that's a good job to have. It really is. And is it a nasty job? Yes, it's absolutely a nasty job. The bottom line is somebody's got to do it. And a lot of those guys make really good money, and it's a job with benefits. You know, you've got retirement, you've got medical insurance, all that good stuff. So don't look down on the trash companies and your garbage pickup services. Don't look down on those people, man. Those are real people. They have real families, and most of those guys make really good money to do what they do. And I'm telling you right now, you'd have to pay me good money to do it too, because that's a disgusting job. I applaud those guys because they're better than me. That's not a job I would do. Just like what I'm doing, I'm cutting grass. That's a job that most people don't want to do. It's a nasty job. It's a dirty job. It's very hot, very cold. There ain't no in between. So to be called the lawn guy or the lawn boy or the grass guy, whatever it is, I don't say nothing to nobody when I get called that, but I do tell people, whenever I make a Facebook ad or a Facebook post, I always put at the end of that post, at Tanks Lawn Maintenance, we're more than just grass cutters. And I am. I'm not the lawn guy. I'm a landscaper. Yeah, I cut grass. I cut bushes. All that stuff. I do that. But that's not what I am. That's not who I am. I'm a landscaper. I'm a father. I'm a Christian. I'm a business owner. I'm a husband. Okay? I'm not a grass cutter. I'm not the lawn guy. And I'm damn sure as hell not the lawn boy. I don't know the person that got called the lawn boy. I know Chad was talking about it, but I'm going to tell you right now, it would not do. I don't like being called boy, period. And that's, you know, I'm not going to say, I don't say anything about when people call me the lawn guy or anything like that, because it kind of goes hand in hand with being the cleaning lady or the trash guy. They kind of go hand in hand, you know. But you call me boy, we're about to have an issue. I'm about to set you straight. And if it comes to blows, it is what it is. I'm 41 years old. I've got a wife. I've got 4 kids. I pay my bills. I pay my taxes. I'm a business owner. Do not call me boy. I am not a boy. I'm a grown-ass man. Simple as that. And if you're out here calling people boys, shame on you. Shame on you. Simple as that. But, yeah, you gotta have respect for people, and you've got to demand respect, man. As simple as that. If you're letting people, guys, if you're out here and you're, you know, you're looking at or you're not taking yourself serious, and you're letting people talk to you any old way, that's not good, guys. You need to quit that. You're kind of a big deal, whether you realize it or not. You're kind of a big deal. You're a business owner. Yeah, you might be cutting grass, you might be weed eating, you might be scooping poop. But the bottom line is, you're a business owner. And chances are, you're probably making more money than your customers are. So, don't let people, and you know, money doesn't mean nothing, okay? But you're still a man. Don't let people, and same for you ladies out there, you're still women. You're grown-ups. You need to demand respect. Don't let people talk to you any old way. I hate that, man. I don't like it when people talk to people any type of way. I don't like that. I don't like being talked to a certain way. And I'm not going to let you talk to me that way. I'm not going to let you talk to my wife that way. You know, we're not children. We're not. And, so yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with what Chad had to say on that, man. Don't disrespect me. If it gets to a point where I do get irritated calling me the lawn guy, you know, I just simply tell you, like, hey, man, look, I'm not the lawn guy. I'm a landscaper. I do more than cut grass. And I'll leave it at that, man. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. But, you know, if you call me boy, that's another issue, man. I'm not a boy. I'm a grown man. So, yeah. But, anyways, guys, I watched Lee's over there at Irvin's Lawn Service. I watched his live last night, and it was actually a pretty good live. That's the first time I've ever actually watched one. That's the first time I've been able to get in front of my phone on YouTube and sit down on a Sunday evening and watch YouTube. Normally I don't get to on Sunday evenings. We're pretty busy with family. And we normally cook on Sundays for supper. And we didn't yesterday. We just had sausage dogs. And my wife and I, you know, we just sat around the house all day and watched the Masters, Sunday at the Masters. And so, yeah, I was able to watch that. And it was a pretty good show. He had a guy, Ernest, on there. I've heard a lot about Ernest. I don't know anything about him. But I got to watch him yesterday, listen to him. And I'm going to tell you, that guy, if he has a YouTube channel, I don't know if he does or not. I didn't stay for the whole thing. I had to get off there and go to bed. But if he does have a YouTube channel, guys, I highly recommend getting on there and watching him, because that man's a genius. Whether you realize it or not, he is smart. He has a lot of life experience, and he's smart when it comes to finances and things like that. He's smart when it comes to saving for retirement, all that good stuff. That man is smart. And he's somebody that would be worth listening to. And there's a lot of folks out there that are worth listening to, guys. You know, I don't consider myself somebody that would be worth listening to. You know, I just get on here and kind of document my journey here and there whenever I can. And I have learned a little bit in the past 5 years, and I try to share what I know, which isn't much. I try to share what I know with somebody that may be starting their business and things like that. Maybe they can get some nuggets here and there out of it. But you got guys like Buster's a good one. He's a good one. Chad's a good one. Ray's a good one. Lee's a good one. Those guys have been doing it for a long time. And also, you got guys in the same industry in your area. Those are good guys to look at as mentors. That's going to be your best source of information, is people in your area. Because every area is different. You know, prices are different. Loans are different. Services are different. Equipment is different. Everything is different from market to market. So you can't take YouTube and go with it 100%. You have to kind of go with what's in your area as well. But yeah, man. And another thing too, man, you can't. There's this clown up in Kentucky. I think it's Jay's Mowing. I think it's what the channel is. I think I watched this channel once or twice, man. That guy, he don't know his ass from a hole in the ground, for lack of better terms. He just don't, man. And he hasn't been doing it that long. I think a year, maybe 2 at the most. And I think he used to own a pressure washing business, or maybe he still does or something. I don't know. And he may be smart business-wise when it comes to pressure washing. But you're talking about 2 different businesses here. And he does a lot of clickbait crap. And he gets on there and talks trash about other lawn care companies. And I'm not getting involved in that. But and I don't mean to disrespect this guy. I don't. He may mean well. He may, you know, I've put out bogus information before too, not knowing any better. And but I have since corrected it, and I've had people call me out on it, and I have since corrected it. But you don't listen to that guy. And I say that as respectfully as I possibly can. Just don't listen to that guy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He hasn't been in the business long enough. If you're going to watch videos on YouTube for advice, take it from somebody that's been doing it for a while. Don't take my word for it. I've only been doing, I think I'm going on my 6th year. I think I started in 2020 or 2021. I'd have to go back and look. But I've been doing this 5 or 6 years. And so I hadn't been doing it long enough to be saying anything either. But you got guys like Ray, Chad, Lee, Buster down at New Hope Cuts, and there's several others. Randall up at Elite Lawns, Doc Real. These guys have been doing it for a long time, and they know what they're talking about. I wouldn't watch people like Spencer Lawn Care, Keith Kalfas, Brian's Lawn Maintenance. Nothing against those guys. They're probably great guys. They probably really are great guys. But they're content creators. They're not, yes, they're landscapers, but they're content creators. They're trying to put out stuff, and everything they're putting out is not going to work, man. And a lot of the stuff that they're putting out is geared towards bigger companies. If you're like me, a solo guy, just trying to get by, do your thing, stuff like that, a lot of that stuff's not going to work for you. But there are YouTube channels out there that does put out good stuff. You just kind of got to filter through it and figure out what's good and what isn't, man. So bottom line is, don't trust everything you see on YouTube, because what I'm doing in my area, you know, I bag a lot of lawns in my area. That's just the way it is around here. That may not be something that's good for you. Those bagging mowers, like a Walker or a Navigator, whatever it may be, those are very expensive mowers. That may not be something that you need. A Right Stander, that may not be something that you need. It may not be a mower that's available in your area. I know a lot of people use Skags. A lot of people use Hustlers. We don't have those mowers in my area. Grasshopper, that may not be available in your area. Just simple things like that, guys. Figure out what's going to work best for your business. You can watch YouTube here and there, but your best source of information is going to be the guys on the ground in your area. Simple as that, because you're dealing with the same issues day in and day out, and you're dealing with the same grass types. So yeah, but I know this is kind of a long-winded video, guys. I hadn't been on here in a little while, but I think the last video I did, I was asking about vacation. What do you guys do about vacation? And I know some guys don't take vacations during the mowing season, and some guys do, and there's nothing wrong with it either way. I mean, whichever works best for you. You know, if you can't take vacation, or if you're like me, I'm scared to death to take vacation. Because for one, I don't like getting behind, and for two, I even though I am going to be behind after today, but it is what it is. I'm going to spend time with my boys. But if you're like me, you don't like getting behind, and also you're scared, man. You're scared you're going to lose customers. And I get that 100%, but at the same time, the reason I started my business was to be able to spend more time with my family. That's one of the main reasons. And, man, I'm tired of us not being able to do anything. My wife's a school teacher. My boys are full-time students. And we can't do anything during the fall and the winter because they're in school. And they get spring break off every year, which winds up being Masters Week, which is an absolute nightmare in this area. Our spring break, you got to get out of town for our spring break in my area, because we always do it the Masters Week in Augusta, and traffic is awful in my area during Masters Week. Some of you guys that are familiar with the Augusta, Georgia area or have been here during Masters Week, you most likely know exactly what I'm talking about. It is awful that week. And, but yeah, man. And, summertime is really the only time that my family can do anything. And since I went full-time in my business, we went on one trip. One. And, you know, we do stuff during Thanksgiving, we do stuff during Christmas and stuff like that because that's slow season for me and they're out of school. But we want to go to the beach, man. We want to go to the mountains. We want to go to Six Flags. We want to go to Whitewater. We want to go to the lake, put the boat in, go fishing, stuff like that. And it's hard for me to do that kind of stuff. So I think what I'm going to do, ain't no thinking to it. What I'm going to do moving forward, I'm going to print out several hundred copies of a holiday schedule. I'm going to laminate them. We have a laminate machine. And I'm going to put a little bit of money into it. That way these people will have a flyer. It's going to be a holiday/vacation schedule for the year for my business. And we're going to take a week off in July every year, the week of July the 8th. That's mine and Mama Tank's anniversary. We don't really get to celebrate our anniversaries anyway because we've always had a lot of kids. And, you know, when you got a lot of kids, man, it's hard to do something. It's hard to find something to do with all them youngins to go and enjoy your anniversary by yourself. But at the same time, we like our kids. We like being around them. They're good kids. They're cool as they can be. They're funny as hell. And we get along with our kids, man. And don't get it confused. There's still a very fine line there where I'll bust them upside the head if need be. But we got good kids, man, and we enjoy being around them. They don't drive us crazy like a lot of kids do their parents. But so we don't mind taking them with us when we go on an anniversary vacation. But that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take vacation the week of July the 8th every year, and we're also gonna take vacation during spring break every year. At least while Mama Tank's a school teacher, she's flirting with the idea of not being a school teacher anymore after the boys graduate high school. That way she can take over the admin stuff of the business. And really the only reason she's working right now is because we're using her insurance. So yeah, but that's the plan moving forward. And that's just the way it's going to be, man. And am I going to lose customers? Possibly. Are people going to have something to say about it? They're going to gripe and fuss and moan about it? Maybe. I can almost guarantee you that I've got some that will. And the reason being is because here in Columbia County, Georgia, it's a high-end area. And a lot of people around here, they have a God complex. And that's the truth. I hate it, but it is what it is, man. And if they're going to drop me for it, oh well. Pick up one, or you lose one, you pick up two. So, but yeah, guys, that's all I got for today. I still haven't got a GoPro yet, so I'm not working on any footage or anything like that. And like I said, guys, I'm taking a day off. You can call me lazy, you can call me sorry, you can call me whatever you want. I mean, I've got thick skin. I really don't care. I really don't care what y'all think about me. And I know that sounds mean, but it's all good. We're all grown-ups. We can handle it. But yeah, man, I'm going to take the day off. I'm going to go take my boys fishing. I'm looking forward to that. And Mama Tank's probably going to cuss me out, but same way for her, man. She'll get over it. But look, man, hey, hope y'all are blessed out there. I hope y'all have an amazing week this week. Hope y'all get out there and crush it. And I hope y'all watch the Masters Golf Tournament. All you golf fans out there. I know I'm a big golf fan. And I live right here in Augusta. So you better believe I'm going to watch the Masters. And all you Rory fans out there, congratulations to y'all. I'm more of a Bryson DeChambeau fan. My guy didn't even make the weekend. But yeah, that was pretty cool to see him win his second in a row green jacket. And but anyways, man, hey, y'all be blessed out there. To the next video, y'all keep cutting that grass and keep making that money. Holla at y'all. Bye.